So I'm by no means telling people that they should just do what they please. However, at the same point, you can follow these moral guidelines and principles and live life on your terms.
Let's celebrate this time of the year, for joyous Kwanzaa is now here. Reflect on the past, let our family moments last, with home-cooked meals and gifts that will unmask. Have a joyous time from Kwanzaa, from our Kinara to yours.
Hello, Wagwan. Big up yourself for the day yard or your day abroad. Welcome back to another episode of Life with the Jam Fam. Now, in this episode, what we're going to be looking at is living life on our terms. Now, when I say this, I am by no means saying that you do as you please and you do what you want. Wherever you go, there are rules, there are laws, and there are regulations that needs to be followed. And I personally, I am from a kingdom that has a manifesto of moral values that I need to use to govern my life. So I'm by no means telling people that they should just do what they please. However, at the same point, you can follow these moral guidelines and principles and live life on your terms. And let me explain to you clearly what I mean by this. Now, we had a subscriber who is living in the USA and they have grown children, but these children have no intention of coming back to Jamaica to live. And that's fine, because that's their choice. That's the country they know as their home. However, some of the information that we are receiving from people is they talk about things like the convenience and things like that that you don't have in Jamaica that is accessible in other countries like those. And I just want to highlight that, at some point we're going to need to get to the place where we decide what is going to be best for our existence and ensure that that's fundamental in how we live our life, and therefore be able to get to a place where we have the means to live life on our terms. And many people in countries like the UK and other parts of Western Europe, in countries like the USA and Canada, in places like Australia and other parts of the world, New Zealand and other parts of the world, you find people who have decided that they're going to move out of major cities, move into rural areas and live off the grid. They have all of these conveniences in their countries, but they're still making these decisions because they are seeing how it is much more beneficial for them as individuals, for their health and their well-being. And they're making the choice to go off and live off-grid using solar panels to generate their own electricity. They are doing water harvesting to harvest their own water supply. They are doing their own homestead to provide food for themselves. And they are using different versions of sewage system to ensure that they can survive. Some people are using biogas system as their sewage system, which means they're also producing gas from that and reducing the amount of waste they have. And so they can even use some of that waste to help them with their fertilizers on the farm once they go through the proper process of treatment and things like that. And so people are finding ways that they can live that is going to be healthy, to take them out of the stress, the hustle, and the bustle of city life and metropolitan and the running here, doing this, doing that, and answering to the beck and call of employers and things like those. However, for them to be able to do that, they need to get themselves in a certain frame of mind. And some of these people are doing it in their own country, going off to rural parts of it, but some of them are also migrating to other parts of the world. Some of them are migrating to parts of South America, parts of the Caribbean. Some of them are migrating to parts of Africa, parts of Asia, to go off and live this type of lifestyle where they're going back to what the old landmarks used to be and going back to living their life in that way. Yet, these convenience, or the fact that they are not as built out in Jamaica as they are in some other parts of the world, seem to be some of the reasons that Jamaicans will provide for why they would prefer to not come to Jamaica. And of course, moving here, some of the conveniences that we are used to in the UK that we don't have here can sometimes be a little bit frustrating, and it can be a little bit irritating. But after a while, when you know what it is that you are seeking to achieve for your existence, you start to learn how to adjust with it and find workarounds that suits you and that suits the needs of your family. Some of the benefits of living life on your own terms means that you can live where you desire. So this is the place you desire to live, and you can figure out how you're going to work out a scenario and a situation to ensure that you can live where you desire. And you can benefit, therefore, from the things in the environment that you are in. Because for a lot of people, they think that, you know, moving to Jamaica and living in Jamaica is going to be such a hard thing. But it's actually a blessing living in Jamaica. You know, there are so many things that we take for granted on the island that people are paying hundreds of thousands of pounds to come here for a week or 2 weeks period to enjoy. And we have it here, and we don't even recognize the value or appreciate it in the way that these people do. Just the same as there are things in those countries that we appreciate, and we're going there to try and make sure that we can access them. When you live life on your own terms, you can also live in a way that you think is best. So what is best for you, for your family? Is it living off-grid? Is it living in a gated community? Is it living in a metropolitan area? What is it that you think is best for you? You can then make that choice because you're choosing to live life on your terms. You can also choose that it might be that you want to migrate to another country. It might be that you want to travel the world and just stay in different places as you go about it. It might be that you want to spend 6 months of the year on a cruise, for example, and 6 months somewhere else. You get the choice to make that decision because you are living how you consider to be best for you and those people that you have responsibility for. And the third thing is that you get the opportunity to gift yourself with health and wholeness. Because I've said several times over that it's not just about the material things. It's not just about the money. You can have lots of money and you still go away and leave it behind. And you didn't really harness any of the benefits or value from it. So whilst we do want to have the money and we do want to have the convenience, we want to be in a position where we are whole and healthy enough to enjoy all of those things. And so we get that opportunity to do that for ourselves. And there are lots of people now who are going off and creating their homestead so that they can do just this. They can give themselves healthy food to eat. They can have nice fresh air so that they can have activities that are going to contribute to their wellness and their well-being and the well-being of their family, because they put themselves in a position where they have the means to be able to live life on their own terms and make good use of it. And we don't need to be wealthy to do this. We just need to make the choice about what's important to us. What are the priorities that we want to focus on in our lives, so that we can then make sure that we're directing our energies towards those things, or efforts are going towards those things, and we're planning it out so that we can then end up benefiting from living our lives in that way on our terms. We've been bumping some of our activities, and we've bumped them to this week because we prioritized some of the other activities that we had, and also we packed quite a bit in there just to make sure that we are kept entertained and we had lots of creative things to do. So we're going to share with you some of the activities that we're going to be doing for today, and this is our first one. So what are we going to do, madam? Oh, before you answer, I woke up and realized that the afro is gone and the beads are out to play. Slaying.
It's not for long. You'll see a next style soon.
Okay. So what are we going to do?
We're going to make candles. To burn away 2024.
Eliona wanted to use some tea candles that we had to make something else because she wanted to experiment with her creativity. So, do you want to show what you're going to make?
A star-shaped candle.
Okay.
A star mold.
Let's see. Okay. So at the end of it, that's what you'll have. And what sort of design are you going for?
A swirl like ombre with some glitter.
Okay. Well.
And some scent.
Oh, that's awesome. So let's get the party started then. Because we've got other stuff to make, other craft to do today.
Yeah.
Because today is Nia. And so we're... Yep, so we're going to make sure we are being very purposeful today. So let's get started. Oh, we've made our wick.
Makeshift wicks.
So those are the wicks Eliona is telling you about. So we can just make the wick from cotton thread And so that's what we've gone ahead and done. So we will show you the whole process as we go through it. We've never made candles before, so again, this was just us making sure to do something because it was supposed to be for self-determination. And that's what we were doing, being self-determined. So what are you going to do now?
I'm going to make mine.
So it's all in the pot already, and you just need to light the stove and let it run, okay?
Yep.
So let's get you started. And final product, it's still not fully dry yet. It's still not fully hardened. So, but it's looking lovely. I like the glitter effect on this side. And then on the flip side of it, it's going to have the little color display. So that's looking awesome. This is the end result of Eleona's. So this is the side with the glitter. And this is the side that has the color splash, the fireworks color, which came out rather lovely. She's fine with the wick because it's something that she's going to be keeping as a decorative piece rather than something she's going to light. So for her, it works perfectly fine. We'll show you the finished result of the new mold that we're doing for the black candle for the centerpiece on our kinara. We do the gifts, we make the food, and we do all of those things. But it's in these meaningful quality time spent together that children and families forge memories and develop core values. We had an incident where the mold we wanted to use or thought could work didn't work, and we re-strategized, we persevered, and at the end of it, we were able to come out with a success. And it's things like these that helps to make them into the tenacious adults that they become. One of the activities that we did over Kwanzaa for self-determination, we wanted to share that with you. And so Eleona is going to share hers first and give you an idea of what it was. So let's hear what yours was.
I'm making a clothes suit.
Okay.
So far, I have this part of the top.
Okay, so
I have
that's...
to cut a piece out of it so it fits better.
Okay.
Because it's stretchy, it doesn't need to be that long. So yeah, and I put boning in. And this is going to be my sketches.
So which one is it that you're making?
A combination of it.
Okay.
So it's going to have these sleeves, but instead of this wave pattern, it's just going to be diagonal. It's just going to be like a trapezium upside down.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's going to have these bell bottom legs with the flower print, and it's going to have the flower print up here too, and a blue fabric here, but it's not going to have bell sleeves.
Okay, so it's not going to be short sleeveless like this. It's going to be okay. Okay, and then this is the bit you're talking about, and this is going to be floral?
Yep.
Okay. I did mention to you guys that once this sewing machine is set up, it's going to be put to good use. So I'm glad that she's using out some of her sketches in her sketchbook in that way. And now I'm going to show you mine. So this is mine. So I wanted to make a blanket, and I bought this color, and I decided I'm going to use from the UK when we were coming as a project for something I would do, and so I've gotten started on it. I had to unravel it because it was bowing, so because the base stitch on it was a bit too tight, so I had to unravel the whole thing and then go back to doing it up. And so I've managed to get back to this level, which is a little bit further than I was before, and on the previous version it was twice as long. So I decided I'll go shorter and then build up on it. But I'm almost out of yarn for it, and I'm not sure if I can get the same yarn here. So chances are this is going to be a work in progress, and you'll get to see the final product. I'll give myself until the end of the year to make the blanket the size that I want for those colder months when we're in Jamaica. So that's going to be the aim for that one, and you'll most definitely see Eleona's finished product rather soon. Currently we're at the ending of Kwanzaa, and so we need to take the decorations down, and even that we do in fun style. So Eleona, please explain what we're going to do.
So we have our spears with our needles at the end because we're doing our annual balloon popping contest. So first we stand here and we both have to pop the gold balloons, and then whoever pops them first has to pop this one. And then over here we have to pop our own 3 balloons. I have to pop those first, have to run there, pop all of the balloons, and then you have to jump up and touch the top to say that you're finished.
Okay, so guys, that's what we're gonna do. So let's see how that goes right now.
And I'm going to win.
Ah, okay. Miss Competitive. Well, let's see how it goes.
Round 1 begins in 3, 2, 1.
I didn't put up my hand. I forgot that I should hit the wall. We've come to the last leg of Kwanzaa, and we're going to be putting out the last candle for this Kwanzaa period. So, Eliona, do the honors. And there it goes. The last one down. So until next Kwanzaa, all the best. And we've already wished you a wonderful year ahead. So do take care. And may you experience abundance and prosperity and good health as you go through the year ahead of you.
The Jam Fam family. We're Irie, living the good life. We're royal, cruising through the West Indies, having fun, enjoying the good life. Jam Fam family, the Jam Fam family, yeah. The Jam Fam family. We're Irie, living the good life. We're royal, cruising through the West Indies, having fun, enjoying the good life. Jam Fam family, the Jam Fam family, yeah. Jam Fam, hang with me.
What are some of the aspirations you have? Would you want to have a homestead? Would you want to be able to jet set around the world and live in different places and locations, learning about different cultures as you go along? Tell us in the comments down below. We would like to hear. Bye for now. We look forward to seeing you in the next one, and we appreciate your company thus far.